Hello everyone. Welcome to Onestop Academy English. Today you will learn about the four conditionals and mixed conditionals in English language. Let's begin with a general overview of the conditionals. As the lesson continues, we will dive into the details. In English, we have four conditionals: zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. We also have mixed conditional, and I will talk about it in the end. Each conditional has an if clause, plus comma, plus main clause. In zero conditional, if clause has if plus present simple tense, and the main clause has present simple tense. In first conditional, we use if plus present simple in if clause, and in main clause, we use will plus infinitive. In second conditional, we use if plus past simple tense in if clause and would plus infinitive in main clause. And in third conditional, we use if plus past perfect in if clause and would have plus past participle in main clause. In the if clause, we talk about a condition. By condition, we mean situation. While in the main clauses, we talk about the result. The zero and the first conditional express real and possible conditions and results, while the second and the third conditional express impossible, hypothetical, and unreal conditions and results. Mixed conditionals are the combination of the second and the third conditional. Let's begin with zero conditional. The formation of zero conditional is like this. If clause has if plus present simple and main clause has present simple tense. We use the zero conditional to express real conditions and results that are always the same. Same in the past, same in the present, and same in future. Always. For example, if it rains, the grass gets wet. If plus present simple and main clause is also present simple. The grass gets wet. This is real because the grass will always get wet in the rain, right? This will never change. You can move the clauses around. There is little difference in writing. If your if clause comes first, add the comma. If your main clause comes first, you don't need a comma. So, the grass gets wet if it rains. You don't put comma between the clauses. If it rains, the grass gets wet. This is a simple cause and effect statement. Water boils if it reaches 100 degrees Celsius. This statement expresses a scientific fact. If you mix blue and yellow, you get green. This is a general truth about color mixing. If the sun sets, it gets dark. Another general truth. If the heat dies, it melts. This describes a physical process which is true. If you don't water plants, they die. A statement about a general consequence. Another reality. If you touch a flame, it burns. describes a cause and effect relationship and so true. If it's a weekday, the school is open, stating a regular occurrence. And this is what usually happens. If you drop a ball, it falls to the ground, describing the law of gravity. Another example is, if the train is late, people miss their connections. This is a statement about a common consequence. As you might have noticed, these statements illustrate the use of zero conditionals to express facts, truths, and general realities. Can you think of two sentences using zero conditionals? If you can, write two sentences in the comment section below. Zero conditionals typically involve the indicative mood, which is used to state facts or general truths. Imperatives, on the other hand, are commands or requests. However, you can combine an imperative with a zero conditional using when to give instructions based on a general truth. Here are some examples. When it rains, take an umbrella. Take an umbrella is an imperative. It's a command. This combines a zero conditional with an imperative, instructing someone to take an umbrella when it rains. When the power goes out, use a flashlight. Instructing someone to use a flashlight when the power goes out, based on the general truth that darkness follows a power outage. Use a flashlight is an imperative. When the alarm sounds, leave the building immediately. Here, the imperative leave the building immediately is connected to the general truth expressed by the zero conditional. When the temperature drops, wear a jacket. Giving advice based on the general truth that it gets colder when the temperature drops. When you feel tired, take a break. Combining a zero conditional with an imperative to suggest an action based on the general truth that feeling tired indicates a need for a break. When the meeting ends, submit your report, connecting an imperative to the general truth. When the food is hot, be careful, combining an imperative with a zero conditional to advise caution when dealing with hot food. When the doorbell rings, answer it, giving the instructions to answer the doorbell when it rings based on the general truth that someone is likely at the door. When the phone rings, pick it up, instructing someone to answer the phone when it rings, which is a common response to the general truth that a ringing phone indicates an incoming call. When the car engine starts, fasten your seatbelt, combining an imperative with a zero conditional to promote the actions of fastening the seatbelt when the car engine starts. In these examples, when is used to introduce a condition and the imperative is linked to the general truth expressed by that condition. Can you think of some examples like this? Please write them in the comments section. So what is the difference between if and when? Most of the time there is no difference and we can use them interchangeably. For example, when it rains, the grass gets wet. Or we can say, if it rains, the grass gets wet. There is no difference in meaning because this is always true. But sometimes there is a difference. When is used when you are certain. You know that something will happen. You are expecting this. You use you if you think that it might happen. For example, when you get home, call me. In this situation, I'm expecting that you will get home. Of course, you are going home. We had dinner together and now you're leaving. You're going home. But if I say, if you get home, call me, I'm not sure that you will get home. You may go home or you might go somewhere else. This was the end of our part 1 of this lesson. In next parts, we will learn about first, second, third conditional and mixed conditionals. See you again and bye bye. Don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section.